get rid of, I'm just going to change this value to something a little different. Sorry about this, guys. It's deciding to be quite rude. Get all actors of class. I guess I should have warned you guys in the beginning as well that I do curse a lot. So this is not a PG-13 stream. This is absolutely, as long as it's not really offensive, like racist, sexist, bigoted, blah blah blah. I don't care. Just, basically don't be a dick and you're fine. So expect to hear cursing. For each loop, plug this back in. Couldn't you have cast that to your target class? Couldn't I have cast what to my target class? Are you seeing something that I'm not seeing? Probably. Okay, this is now correct. Hey, Purified, you were doing a get on your pawn array for one item. And it was an actor. Oh yeah, I guess I could have cast to it, but I really want to keep it concise. But yeah, that's a definitely good point. Straxus was correct that I should have, since I already had everything set up, I could have just cast to the objects that I was looking for and plugged that into the possession. I didn't even think of that. Let's call it that. So definitely works. Well, Purified, actually what this is the blueprint scripting system. Each of these nodes is a series of code. All we've done is make it to where it's more for individuals like me. I'm not a programmer at all. I could do some things in HTML and JavaScript every once in a while, but it allows people like me who are very visual learners to basically program what they need without having to go into code. To string, and I need the object. Yeah, but yes, this is Unreal Engine 4, and yep, that's a thing. Okay, so we're back. We are back. Clear. Just to be, that's our little fail-safe here. Is the problem you're running into for each loops like to bug out if you change the type of array? That was one of the things, but basically what happened was when I changed the original pawn, because I had made a mistake, I made one of the child blueprints the parent instead of the parent the parent. So all of my other blueprints were parented to that one, and it was registering wrong. So I was just going in and changing that out, and because I changed that out, the original array that I had set up already was screwed up. And so I had to go and delete everything. And then when I recreated it, I gave it the same name, and there is a bug in 4.7, which is the version I'm using, where if you name a variable within a blueprint the same name, it gets kind of wonky and then will do weird things. Like in this case, what it did was it took the type of blueprint that I was looking for and decided to say, nope, you're looking for an actor now. So I was like, well, that won't work because you can't possess just an actor. So instead of fighting with all of that again, I decided to just delete the pawn array, and start over. Okay, now let's get back to this. Boop. Length. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will try to answer them while I'm doing this. I find it easier just to answer questions as I go. I know a lot of people don't like streams that do that. Well, this is one of those streams that does that. Sorry, it's easier for me to answer while I work. Let's see. Go ahead and get that. Plug in pawn. We are targeting self, and the I don't know if I can. The original reason I set up the 30-second delay was because I was on really crappy internet, but I recently upgraded my internet and I just haven't changed it yet. I will do what I can about that maybe another time. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to have to change this around just ever so slightly. Luckily, I don't have to redo anything. I just need to change positions. Change places! There we go. Run that, and then that can go. Get rid of that. I hate tick. Tick is terrible. Unless you have to, you should not use it. There. Okay. So all I was doing here was I realized that I need access to this again, but I didn't want to have all of these nodes again. So I wanted to get it to where I could just go bloop. Because when I possess these pawns, what happened today, and I don't know if this is just me being paranoid on it, but what happened today was when I did this, the camera worked fine, and then as soon as I would possess a pawn, it would switch back to that weird rolling inside of the ball camera, and I don't want that. So I'm just forcing it back to this camera anytime we possess a pawn. Okay, so if I did this correctly, which I believe I did, I could be wrong. Let's find out. Yes, famous Amos. That's exactly what it does. It goes, whatever you start the number at, or it goes basically whatever this number is, counts up to one below this. Once it hits this point, it's going to reset to 0. So it's a good way to do counters and stuff like that without having to go through loops and everything. Or if you're trying to do loops and you just want it to automatically modulate, like if you're doing a procedural floor, this is really good for that, because what it does is, like, let's say you have your X and Y, and you have 32 by 32. Well, what you do is you modulate your Y so that every time you hit 32, it goes boom, Y goes to the next one, go 32, Y goes to the next one, go 32, instead of just kind of spamming it around. There's probably an easier way to describe that, but that's what I'm going with. Okay, so if I did this correctly, right now I can move the red ball. Then if I left click, I should, yep, there goes the green ball. Then left click, okay. I had to left click twice, I think it just didn't register the first one. There we go. So yeah, this works. Have no idea where our green ball went, which is just a matter of pulling the camera back a little bit so I can see more. I'm also going to get rid of these just so that the balls can't get stuck under anything. No. Give me just a sec. Sorry, this is going to take just a second to get rid of all of these because the ball likes to get stuck under here. And since we're trying to actually, use them, I don't want that to happen. Okay. And I'm not too worried about lighting right now. Though I will change the directional light to movable. That way we don't have to worry about building lighting exactly right now. Okay. Baked lighting can be a pain in the butt, and since we're actually just trying to get this working, I don't want to deal with it. So there, there. Okay, for some reason I'm having to click twice to get that one to go, and that one to go. Weird. It's working though. I'm not as worried about it. Okay. I do need to increase the torque. I'm gonna go into the main physics ball here. Let's go up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, basically, well, maybe. I don't think so, because the first two work. It just doesn't like that third one, which should be 0, 1, 2. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it right now. It's not affecting much. Okay, maybe increasing the torque will make it a little bit easier to... Oops, hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay, well, now it seems to be working just fine. So, maybe it was just a fluke. Need it to be a little bit faster. There we go. Yeah, I think you're right, RenderMan. I think it's getting the remainder, and yeah, probably right on that. I'm not very math savvy, so I'm just kind of going with my gut feelings here. No, I actually recreated the clear array just to be safe. I remember that. So I don't know what's causing it. It's weird. We will come back to it once we get more stuff done. Thank you, RenderMan. I appreciate that. I will look into this after the stream, but that is going to be very useful. Math is awesome when you know what the hell you're doing. So, thanks! Okay. So the next part I wanted to do was I need to create goals, and we're going to make 3 goals. That looks close enough. Okay, so this is going to be our base goal. And then we are going to create goal A. Go back to goals. Trying to be very careful about this again. Parent class, just goals, yes. Come on, rename. Goal B.